Hey everyone, this is OBSCURA reporting for duty.
Hello!
Alright, we're doing something a little bit... I don't know if it's necessarily different, but...
Something new.
Yeah. Today we're going to play a demo for an upcoming game called OBSCURA.
You showed this impulsively to me randomly, and I looked at the page for it, and I was all down for it.
Yeah. Like, I want to make something very clear right now. I have no fucking clue what I'm getting into.
I have even less of an idea. I just got the list of trigger warnings, and that's it.
Yeah, I was about to say, do we want to look at, like, the warnings, or do we just want to go in?
We should probably look at the warnings.
Alright,
for both ourselves and others.
Alright, let's do warnings by content first, and then we can, see if we want to get more specific stuff.
Yeah. Unhealthy dynamics, religious themes, drugs, alcohol, human trafficking, violence, and sexual themes.
Alright. I did check this earlier. If we can click on these to get more specific stuff if you want to check it.
I kind of want to know about the human trafficking thing, because that's probably one of the darkest.
Humans are explicitly bought and sold in the marketplace. Player character is trafficked in Sirius's routes.
Oh.
And human body parts are bought and sold in Oleander's routes.
Well. That just about clears it.
Alright then.
Good to know.
So, you feel good?
Yeah.
Alright. Anything else you want
I like
to check?
knowing these things. Yeah, I think everything else is pretty good.
Yeah. I did check sexual themes earlier, because that was the one thing I did want to know about.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So, we might get proposition for sex. Characters might have sex out of sight with audio cues.
Ah. Okay.
So at least you don't have to read porn. That's like the one thing I was
That's
worried
true.
about.
God. Player character and others are consensually drugged with aphrodisiac gas.
Francesco was that one guy who was, like, sunshine adventure, so I'm very curious what the fuck that's about.
Yeah, it's like, his thing was like, he looked all sunshiny, but it's just like, that's probably the exterior.
Yeah. So we're probably gonna do either Oleander's route or Sirius's route first.
Oleander.
Yeah.
Listen, I know the meme with me amongst us with priests and all that, but like, Oleander though.
Yeah. I mean more like what might naturally come up, because I don't know who we're gonna meet first. Like, if like we just by chance run into Sirius first, then I might just want to go ahead and do his.
Yeah, I feel like that's unlikely, but whatever.
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Alright. Also, I don't know if this game has voice acting.
We're about to find out. I kind of hope so.
What's your safe word? Oh dear.
But
Type in your safe word?
what?
Well, this is where we're definitely starting.
That was a turn out of left field. I thought I was gonna say your name.
Yeah, I was like, all right, let's put in the name. So, what's our safe word gonna be?
Peaches.
Peaches? Okay, sure.
Sure.
If you ever need or want to pause gameplay, you can press the safe word in the top right corner. This pauses the game and takes you to the safe word menu. Why do you need a safe word menu? I mean, I know technically why, but it's like...
what did you do?
But it's like, what the okay,
what?
We're definitely off to a start.
Okay. Definitely sets a precedent.
Yeah. The X key will also take you directly to the safe word menu during gameplay.
Okay.
Alright, I guess good to know.
Good to know.
Leaving the safe word menu will take you back to the game.
Mm-hmm.
The safe word button is hidden by default, but can always be seen by hovering the mouse over the top right corner of the window. Alright, cool.
Okay.
So we're not just
That's
gonna
nice.
have peaches in the corner all the game.
I could have said something worse, but
Yeah.
I don't think we will want clappity clap Crisco in the corner.
Right? It can be made always visible in the preferences menu. I think we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Please enjoy Obscura. No one goes into the mountain without a reason.
Oh.
Purpose of business? Buying. No one takes our pass into the mountain. How are we going to pay? Some funds, some work. Good luck with that. Everyone knows what it means when you go. No one says anything about it. Give me your bags. The guard looks through my things with perfect efficiency. Bored, they start asking me questions. What are you going to be called down there? Alright, and now we can pick pronouns. I kind of want to do she, her for this. If that's okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. What will you
yeah.
be called? Alright. We can either just do, like, me, Scout. Or alternatively, I thought maybe we could take that ghoul OC I made for a spin.
Ooh, yeah.
So we could put Faye in.
Yeah. I'm down with that.
Alright, let's do Faye. Especially since we did, like, Hound for, like, the Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog playthrough.
Yeah.
There's just gonna be a
That's
trend
true.
that's just doing our OCs.
I mean, yeah, what else are we gonna do?
Yeah. Alright, so we're gonna do Faye. Faye. Good choice. You have a mask, Miss Faye? No one would sell me one. Not a problem here. If you're mine, we're selling. The gate guard waves to the masks hanging around the entrance, perhaps once worn by other visitors. The masks are an old custom. Plausible deniability. We're all faceless strangers under the mountain. Pick your poison.
Pick your poison.
Alright.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Charcoal colored one with the worn lace and gold trim. Cream colored with flowered details. Burgundy colored with soaring embossed patterns.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I kind of want to do the cream colored one, but I'm willing to hear you out for anything else.
Yeah. I really like the idea of the charcoal and the lace and gold.
Yeah. There are some pictures on the game page if you want to take a look at them.
Quick.
I'll just send a quick screenshot. Yeah, I'm willing to do the charcoal one.
Kind of like the charcoal one, although the flower one is pretty.
Yeah, if I put my name as Scout, I definitely would have picked that one. But as Faye,
yeah.
I think the black one is fitting for her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, I take the mask off the wall and fit it to my face. It weighs on my head, but my mind feels lighter. I see my reflection in the mirror. The people under the mountain have beautiful taste. I hand the gate guard the money owed. Welcome to the marketplace. I might have you voice some of the guys. I'm just doing him right now.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Yeah. They step aside, allowing me passage into the tunnel in the side of the mountain. I begin my descent. At first I have to wonder if I have been tricked in some way. The passage grows narrow, the air stale, and the path uneven. I am walking by the last feeble threads of light that reach this deep. But then I see something. A shimmering pale blue glow from around a corner. I fly through the narrowing walls until I am able to turn the corner. The passage suddenly widens, then it opens. I step from the passage into a cavern so massive I can hardly see the end of it. The marketplace.
Ooh.
There are several masked people who are seated or leaning against the walls around this little entryway. And now they are approaching me. Oh no.
Oh no. Okay. Also, sorry, my allergies been weird.
You're okay.
Welcome, newcomer. Why did that? A fresh face.
How do you know?
Demeanor. Someone new could use a guide, couldn't they?
Hucksters, or perhaps petty thieves looking for an easy mark. My valuables are kept under my heavy robe, safe from pickpockets. I steel myself and march forward past strangers. There was no logic to this place. A fishmonger selling dried and salted fish sits next to a bookseller with stacks of forbidden tomes. A fungus man and birdkeeper are bickering. If they weren't obvious scams, I could have taken one of the offers for a guide and saved myself some time. At first, I glanced at each stall in turn. Out here, near the Fruit Tunnel, all the stalls are selling simple amenities or cheap thrills. The sorts of things a departing traveler might want to have when they ascend, not what I'm looking for. It's not here. Well, I suppose it wouldn't be. Asking for one of the sellers, I get directions. The rough walls of this cavern, shifting and trembling in unsteady candle and glowworm lights, slowly turn smooth when natural walls turn to human-carved. The ramshackle stalls turn to ramshackle buildings to painted and varnished walls. The quality of goods on sale is improving as well. The cheap basics are behind me, ahead of the rare, luxurious, and the illicit. The real reason anyone comes here. Seeing the sign for an apothecary, an easily recognizable serpent coiling around a staff, I slip inside.
Welcome.
The shopkeeper is masked, of course, but that is not what grabs my attention. The din of hundreds of voices selling and buying and negotiating in the echoing caves is muffled, but not by much.
Oh shit.
Dog.
A parent is home. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Wait, wait.
Check my drink. Empty. Yeah, while Jack is away, I got this game because he and I have been very much into like a bunch of like mass bands recently, like Ghost and Sleep Token. And so this looked very much like up that alley. Hence me saying that I'm playing a Ghoul OC. Because that is kind of a thing they do for the band Ghost. A few people make OCs for like the nameless ghouls, and so I created one recently named Faye. So that's some context for that. I don't know if I'll ever do anything with her. It was just kind of a for fun thing. Maybe one day I'll be able to cosplay her. That is because while the apothecary has 4 walls, there's no roof over the store. Alright then. I feel like I skipped dialogue by accident. Alright. The din of hundreds of voices, echoing caves, muffled but not by much. Okay, we're good.
Oh, that's handy. Newcomer, huh?
Yeah, a bunch of RMP games have this. Lets you see past dialogue.
I like that.
Yeah. What? Oh.
You must be a fresh arrival.
And why would you say that?
You're staring where the ceiling should be.
I suppose in a city with no sun or rain, roofs are unnecessary.
Only thing a roof keeps out in the marketplace is thieves.
A common weather pattern here?
Far too common.
I make an effort to examine the apothecary's mask. It's plainer even than mine. Perhaps he is frugal, or perhaps he is poor by the standards of the marketplace.
Well, you weren't driven here by the weather. What do you need?
I'm looking for Lunar Eaker. Interesting. I resist the urge to explain my circumstances to the shopkeeper. No matter how meaningless or petty they seem. My secrets are one of the few resources I have in these depths.
You have expensive tastes. Or terrible luck.
Well, I don't have Lunar Eaker. Is that something you can remedy, apothecary?
No.
If money's a concern, I can make arrangements.
It's not the money. I could never afford to stock a damnable ichor. If I could, how would I be able to stomach it?
The rumors were true then. That is unfortunate. Where does one go then to find that damnable ichor?
Someone understands the faults of the lords of the market. Or perhaps you could take a knife to the lunar god. Failing that, the auction house may provide. It's the largest house this side of the ruby walls. It even has a roof.
The apothecary cannot see my smile, but I hope he can hear it. I thank you for your timely advice, sir.
Save your thanks for the lunar god. It'll be a miracle you get that ichor.
I take my way to the shop. The noise rises again from loud to deafening. There are tunnels and additional caverns in all directions, but I continue the way I was going. If the walls are getting smoother and the buildings more beautiful, then I am approaching the richest part of the market. It stands to reason that this is where the auction house will be. Keeping my eyes up, it takes no time to find the auction house. It is as the apothecary said, the largest house this side of the ruby walls. I do wonder, like, how we're gonna get from here to finally getting to actually, like, branch out and meet the guys.
Whatever it is, I'm loving the world building.
Yeah. There are long chains of glowworms draped over the promised ridged roofs that dangle and sway as the air shifts in the cavern. I think I see another thing that the roofs can keep out.
Mm-hmm.
The building itself is deep, garnet red with gilded trim. Message received. You're very wealthy, whoever built this. The doors covered in tiny engravings impossible to interpret in the dim lights are wide open. Bright golden lamplight pours out onto the street. People are freely milling in and out, so I slip inside. I'm underdressed for the occasion, but neither of the guards standing at the doors move to stop me. The sound of the outside suddenly dims and I have to blink against the sun brightness. I can hear my own muffled footsteps as I cross the plush carpet deeper into the auction house. The whispered conversations through masks make a thin fog of sound compared to the din outside. The signs are in a language I do not recognize, but I can make some educated guesses. The ornate double door standing locked and guarded must lead to an actual auction hall. Bleh. There is a short, uncarpeted hall with gleaming polished floors lined with several doors. After a second, I see a giggling pair exit one of the rooms to strain their clothes. That explains that, then. I might not have been actually processing anything I was reading. I'm a little lost now.
Yep. You're entering an auction house.
Yeah. There's one door that's a little more than window on hinges left open. I peer inside for a second, only to see an ordinary office. Come in. The stranger sitting behind the desk waves to me, and so I step inside. Pardon me, I didn't mean to intrude. You can't intrude on the bookkeeper. I must always be available. You must be. How else could anyone check to ensure I'm not meddling in the books? Does it really come to that? Well, I have no such concerns. A buyer, are you? Can I simply be a browser? Huh. You really believe someone will come to the marketplace, to the auction house, just looking to see what they find? I suppose someone must have in all of history. Well, if that's the scale you're measuring by. You, however, are not here to browse. No, I'm not. You're right. I'm here to buy. Shall I show you this catalog for the next auction? I would appreciate it. The bookkeeper stands and hands me a sizable booklet. Do not damage it. Do not leave here with it. They open a drawer to their desk and hold up a knife. It's a little thing, but I've no doubt they could kill me with it. Then they sit again and resume their work. I flip through the book. They're objects of unimaginable value, works of art by artists even I know by name. An exquisite jeweled tiara fit for any princess, the deed to a countryman or on the surface. Then there are the wonders I could have never dreamed of. The bird wreathed in flames that never burns. The still beating bloodstone heart of some rock nymph. A potion of clear vision. I flip a page and am met with the miserable exposed face of a young adult. Their posture is low and defeated, but they are beautiful. Oh. Oh.
There it is.
Yep, there's the human trafficking.
There it is. Okay.
The text informs me that whatever is paid in the auction will be sent to their family within the mountain.
Oh.
Surely not. Surely yes.
Surely yes. The fact that we said the exact same thing.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. I'm well familiar with this motif.
Yep. I flipped the page again. There are no other people in the catalog, but one is enough to turn my stomach.
Yeah.
Thank you, bookkeeper. Finished already? What I want isn't in there. And what is it that you want? I'll check the history, see when it was last sold. I bite my tongue for a moment. Lineriker. An unlucky one, aren't we? I can say, if you would, bookkeeper. I shuffle through a notebook. I try to read the text, but it's nearly impossible to interpret their faint pencil scratching. More bad luck to heap on your pile, I'm afraid. The last sale was 3 months back. It's unlikely we'll get another sale for months yet, unless someone new comes with stock. It couldn't be easy, could it? And what was the final price for it? For a lot of 12, the number they tell me is stomach-dropping. I cannot gather those funds in a lifetime. Even divided 12 ways, the price for a single vial is well beyond my means. My life savings weigh heavily in the coin purse under my robe. Dead weight, it seems. By your silence, I guess you don't have the money. Thank you for your time. I try to keep my voice neutral. When I leave the auction house, I momentarily lose my sight and hearing as I adjust again to the dim, echoing cavern. I don't notice the direction my feet are taking me. My hopes for a quick visit to the marketplace have been thoroughly dashed. Now I have to determine what to do. Alright, first choice!
Oh god, okay.
And I'm gonna save here's just so we don't have to do a lot of backtracking.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. I will say, I don't know if we're gonna go through all of the routes and endings in this playthrough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We might just do a couple and call it good.
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't know how long this is gonna be. And, like, I would like to do other things today.
Yeah.
So... I don't know why, but I think if we sleep, we get kidnapped. So I think we're just gonna keep trucking along. At least that's what I would say.
Yeah, we came all this way. Might as well see what else we can do around here.
Yeah, and, like, I don't want to sleep in a place like this. Are you crazy?
Yeah. I can't afford to give up. I cannot allow myself to give in to difficult circumstances. If I give up on getting the Lunar Acre, I might as well throw myself off the mountain. For now, I need a place to stay. My feet ache from the climb up the mountain. My spirit is draining away in these cramped, noisy conditions. I stop by a stall and ask directions for a decent inn, rest stop, public house, anything. Also, one second, I want to check the recording. Okay. Following the directions through a short tunnel, I wander through a quieter district of the marketplace. Though quiet is relative. The guest house is a challenge to find, so I hesitate to call the ground down walking path roads. There are rest houses lining them on either side. The Leaping Bear, the guest house recommended to me, is nothing remarkable. The building has a roof, but the building itself is mostly made of raw wood. The brass doorknob is smooth under my hand, polished by the thousands of guests who come and go. Inside, the atmosphere is boisterous, but on the scale of a handful of people singing and drinking song. The chaos outside is already muffled and distant.
Welcome.
The woman who approaches has her face fully covered in a bear mask, but her neckline is untied and exposed. I wonder who she works for. Hello, I was told this is a good establishment to stay the night.
You were told right. Except the part about night. Here, there's no real difference between night and day. Plenty of folks are all up all hours of the day, as you do, just sleeping when they're tired and forgetting the sun ever existed.
I didn't accidentally hit the rest option, did I?
I think
Okay.
you selected the.
Yeah, I think I did select the option we decided on. But it's like,
Mhm.
I'm a little surprised we got taken to the end anyway.
Yeah.
I see. The bare-masked woman has me sign into a guest book and pay for the night.
You have the room for 24 hours. If you're staying longer, I expect you to pay for more time. If you don't, you might find all your things at a moon shrine.
Interesting. I'll remember, thank you.
And you'll be needing these.
She hands me a dull metal medallion on a leather string and a key.
Dear Rufus over there.
She gestures to a mountain of a man, also in a bear mask, standing by a door.
Make sure only guests go in the rooms. That medallion proves you're a guest. Don't lose it.
Or else I'll find my things at a moon shrine?
Pick things up quickly, you do.
Seems like an important skill to have here.
Quite right.
She gets back to her business, so I approach the mountain of a man guarding the door to the rooms. You know his name, it's Rufus.
Yeah, the mace on his side! Oh my god.
Whoa!
It's a spiked club!
Hello, Rufus. I hold up the medallion and wait. I'm not about to rush a man with a bat, especially when it's bloodstained as his is. Yep. Then he nods and I am granted passage. He watches me go to my assigned room. I suppose it's a good measure to prevent theft, but then so is a blood-stained bat.
Mm-hmm.
Sleep doesn't come easily at first. How can I risk sleeping in the marketplace? But it does come for me. In the metaphorical cold light of morning, I see the sense of my choice last night. I cannot leave the marketplace without Lunar Eaker. Thus, staying is my only real choice. Oh, okay. I think I get it. If we chose to rest, we would have left the mountain.
Oh, yeah.
So that would have been just an early ending.
Mm-hmm, probably.
So, yeah.
I was interpreting it as just falling asleep on the spot.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that it meant leaving the mountain, but you kept thinking, like, if we sleep, we get kidnapped, and it was like, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. My brain tends to make catastrophes out of bad options.
Yeah.
It's like falling asleep, kidnapped.
Yeah. I'm able to order something like breakfast from the Leaping Bear's kitchen, and then sit in deep thought staring at a bowl of porridge. Eating this mask is a bit of a bother. I have to navigate the spoon around the mask.
There's class, you know.
I start the sudden appearance of the proprietress. What?
Feel along the side of the mask. There should be pins or a cusp holding the bottom part.
I do as she said and find little clasps holding the two parts of my mask together. Well, I feel like a proper fool. It already feels strange having my mouth exposed. Like a funny kind of nudity.
Newcomers are all a bit foolish. That's part of their charm.
Thank you, I think.
Just keep your wits about you. You'll live.
You make it sound so dire.
It is! Well, you're here, aren't you?
You're not wrong.
No one comes here without good reason, I just think. What's yours?
A personal matter.
Buying or selling. That's all there is down here, after all.
Buying. Something I might not be able to afford, it turns out. That won't narrow things down too much for her.
Well, depends on how you buy things, doesn't it? Money will get you anywhere if you have enough of it. But there's other roads out there.
Is that something you know a lot about?
Couldn't say. All I know what stories the guests bring in.
She says it flippantly enough that there must be a story there, but I resist the urge to dig. Then I suppose my next job is to find what paths I can use. Thank you.
Oh, not a problem. The mass trouble everyone at first. You just asked for Bruna if you had any more problems. I'll be happy to help.
She sweeps away to handle another matter, and I'm left with far more productive thoughts. Money won't get me Lunar Acre, but something else might. Influence, friendship, violence, guile. My body, if it comes down to it. Anything.
Oh my god. Okay.
Well, I guess that's our options to consider.
Yeah.
Because I definitely say I don't think that, considering how desperate Faye is to get this, it's like, I feel like we might have to resort to some desperate measures.
I mean, obviously, I think that was a pretty clear theme that was building up to.
I'm saying that to warn you that I'm going to probably hit options that get us closer to getting that eager.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot to think about. Am I going to stay in a guest house for weeks or months? What possible ways are there to get Lunar Acre? Start with one foot in front of the other. Okay. Goddamn, we're in for the long haul.
Oh yeah, this is this is not just you beat them, boom, it's done.
Yeah.
It's a slow burn.
Yeah, it does say this is chapter 1 of a multi-part game.
Oh god.
So like, this is still the demo. We got a lot of ground to cover.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Over the next several days, I get to learn the layout of the marketplace. It's a never-shifting rat's nest of stalls and passages and unmanaged pathways, but there are some fixed landmarks. I can navigate somewhat comfortably by those landmarks when they are visible. One evening, based on my own internal clock, the proprietress of the Leaping Bear hints over a meal that as long as I am well behaved, she would be willing to extend more generous long-term rates to me. I wasn't planning to misbehave, even less so with Rufus keeping an eye on me, and so that settles a matter of lodging for the moment. As for the Lunar Acre, I am at a loss. It is rare, absurdly rare, and based on the reactions of those I speak to it about it, some aspect of it is very taboo. Likely the condition it treats.
Oh.
So that's very interesting. The condition it treats is taboo somehow.
Yeah, so it's taboo.
I'm
just wondering.
I said I don't think that's what they were going for, but isn't it an STD?
I mean, it could be.
Yeah.
We don't know what it is yet. I mean, so far we haven't heard of anything like bothering the protagonist yet. So it's just like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's like the big question. Is like this for a relative or for the protagonist themselves?
Yeah.
That's
assuming it's like a traditional disease.
Yeah.
Or if it's like a curse.
Yeah. I'm wondering one of the quieter passages clearly natural by how uneven the ground is. It's mostly homes built on whatever smooth patch of the stone whatever smooth
patch of stone the builder could find.
Okay, we got it. Where there is one that towers over the rest, a tall church with heavy oaken doors. Alright,
well,
we might have to go with Cirrus first.
Mm-hmm.
Where normally I would expect to see a golden 10-point solar sigil, instead there's a more simplistic crescent-shaped one. The lunar sigil. I suppose the solar god isn't much help down here. I've seen the eerie blue-green light of glowworms and the smoky gold of lanterns, but I've not seen the sun since I started my descent. Churches dedicated to the lunar god exist outside the mountain, but not in any significant numbers. Lunar god, lunar eager. It can't hurt to ask, could it? I'm not sure I believe that the lunar god must bleed for there to be lunar eager, but there's no harm in checking.
Hey, stop!
I halted my path instinctively, although after a moment I can see no one was speaking to me. Instead, there's a raucous crowd gathering just down the tunnel, shouting and tussling. A few people in utilitarian masks and what look like uniforms are trying to push their way through. Oh dear. Looks like trouble.
That's not good.
Alright. Alright, this is real choice. I'm saving again just in case.
Oh, this is a real choice.
Yeah, this might affect who we go to first.
Yeah. I think we should take our chances with Cirrus.
Yeah, right now he's our best lead.
Yeah, he's the best lead to find the stuff. And also, I don't want to be caught in whatever that is, personally.
Alright. Run to safety in the church. In my haste to escape the ruckus outside, I scrambled towards the entrance. Then, once I ascertained that they are unlocked, I slipped through the imposing, massive oak doors.
Oh boy.
The carvings in the wood pressed into my palms, a surprisingly comforting, grounding sensation. Then, once the doors closed, the change in atmosphere hits me.
Ooh.
First is the smell. Candle smoke, heavy incense, and cold crumbling stone. Then comes the solemn silence. The kind that reminds you of your place within these holy walls and the impressively tall ceiling. I'm finally alone. Been for just a little while. I take that moment to release the breath I was holding and take in my surroundings. This is where the inhabitants of the underground come to worship the lunar god. It's also a reminder that I still haven't found any adequate leads for the Ichor. When I take a couple of steps down the carpeted path towards the aisles, I suddenly make out a figure behind the altar. They're wearing long robes. Priest, maybe? Excuse me. I call out, taking care to not raise my voice too loud. The person shuffles around, and I see their mask too. Although this comes as no surprise, it's an unfortunate realization. Even those in service of the lunar god aren't safe from the marketplace.
Ooh.
As they approach, I notice the distinct glimmer of a golden brooch nestled between the folds of their clothes, proof of their holy devotion.
Oh, it looks a lot.
Hmm?
It looked like a lot of tassels I've seen on like some old style like cardinal hats.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
The fact that I immediately managed to pinpoint that.
Yeah. Yeah. Jack's been very much into religious stuff recently, and not in the way that sense suggests.
Well, I am a historian, so I'm interested in many aspects of it.
Yeah.
But also, I am a Ghost fan.
Yeah.
So take that as you will.
Their entire appearance is refined and almost ethereal.
Hmm?
A rich, silken voice.
Ooh, okay.
I'm just gonna start imagining Vessel from Sleep Token.
Oh, God, yes. Okay, but when we first looked at this, I just said, you said it looks like Sleep Token.
Yeah.
And then I said, it looks like Sleep Token, but in the Hades art style.
Yeah.
Oh, what a game that would be.
It takes me off guard.
Do my ears deceive me, or has another fight broken out?
The priest stops a few meters from me, and from here I notice that their mask doesn't cover their mouth, which is set into a thin, disapproving line. You're right, it's quite the scene outside. I paused. I was hoping I could lay low here for a while. I'm not one for brawls.
My star, the church will always be a place of safety for those who need it. Please stay as long as you like.
I was taught that all lunar priests call the believers their stars, but it still makes me smile.
Ah!
Ah, thank you, Father. A twitch of their lips.
Cirrus, you need not call me by those stuffy titles.
A man's name. I had a feeling. This is kind of awkward because Cirrus is also the name of like one of the ghoulettes from Ghosts, so Cirrus doesn't register as masculine to me.
That is true. But Cirrus is a formation of clouds.
Yeah.
So. That is a fan name, though. Fair.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Don't. I doubt it's a real one, as is the case with most people in the marketplace, but even a fake name speaks volumes about someone's personality. I mean, Faye.
Mm-hmm. And yeah. Would you like to light a candle while you're here?
Huh? Sure. Why not? Got that seductive, like, shawl, like, off his shoulders.
The look over his shoulder is like, would you like to light a candle?
Yeah. Like, my
I'm
man
into
ain't
it.
slick.
The man's slick. This is how you get the believers.
Oh god. Alright. I follow him towards the back of the church, past the initial altar and stop in front of the statue. It towers over us, surrounded by row after row of marine blue candles, and the sight takes my breath away. A sea of light.
I don't believe I've seen you around these parts before.
I feel like our behavior made that obvious.
Yeah.
Small talk. I light a match and watch the flame flicker softly as I bring it to the wick. The only rational thing to do is to answer with vague pleasantries to make sure I don't divulge important information. I'm far from being well-traveled. Think I might see the appeal now, though.
Is that so?
Despite not being able to see his eyes through his mask, I feel them on me. Cyrix makes no effort to follow up on his last comment, and the two of us fall into silence. You're a bit of an unusual priest, aren't you? You're very bold, Faye.
You are very bold.
His lips twitch again, forming into a polite smile.
Would you care to elaborate?
I'd like to keep my secrets.
Hmm.
We're standing closer now, shoulders only slightly apart as we watch the new flame sway in unison with the rest. There's such a strange comfort to it all. I could linger here for hours, soaking up the atmosphere. I'm curious about what it's like, being a priest, I mean.
Demanding answers of me while not offering up your own.
Fair.
Yeah.
Behind my mask, I suppress a smile at his light prodding. Can't argue with that.
Well, I understand your caution. The marketplace is by no means a safe environment. But if it's a comfort, my star, I am bound to the sword. To the lunar scriptures. Wrong one. It's my job to ensure the visitors here feel safe and cared for.
Flashing back to the human trafficking warning for your route.
I'm so curious.
Like, I'm wondering, does that mean he traffics us, or do we just run the risk of getting trafficked in his route? Like, what's going on there?
It's like, what's happening?
The words fall off his tongue with practiced ease. Oh, okay. We got a choice now.
Oh.
We can say that we...
How does Faye feel about it?
I mean, it's kind of both.
I mean, yeah.
I like the way he calls me a star, and I don't trust him
I did
in
not
the slightest.
like. It's like, yeah, he can be both.
I think for now I want to go actually try and in Romance the Guy. Save us a bit of
Yeah,
time.
and whatever that means.
Yeah. I like the way he calls me a star.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's what you call everyone, but being called a star does make one feel a little special. My answer makes him pause for a bit.
You are special. Everyone is, in their own way.
Not much of an answer, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
If everyone is special, then that kind of defeats the purpose of the sentiment, doesn't it? I'm mouthing off for the sake of it at this point, funneling the day's frustrations into banter. But Sirius doesn't mind. I feel his eyes on me again with increased intensity.
Oh, would you rather I say you're a bit more special than everyone else?
Oh my god, he's fucking grinning!
Ah!
You are not subtle, sir!
You're not slick!
Oh, yeah. Anyway, sir, we just met. You can slow it down a bit. I was taking the piss out of you.
Mm-hmm.
His voice is laced with unexpected warmth, teasing me like an old friend would. Why, yes, that sounds a lot better. Faye!
Hey!
I mean, I guess this is the route we went down, but girl!
Girl!
I think I have to be heading back soon. Errands won't run themselves.
Good luck with that, my star. What can I call you next time we meet?
Next time, huh? Faye. Oh, right, that's me. Sirius repeats it, testing the pronunciation. Then a smile spreads across his lips.
It suits you.
Thanks. Picked it myself.
Quite the mouthy one, aren't you?
It's part of my endless charm.
Hmm. That it is.
You are so sus.
So sus. I'm into it though.
Yeah, it's like, it's hot, but like, oh my man, I do not trust you in the slightest.
Yeah, it's like, it's hot, but I don't trust you.
Yeah. We've been each other up
I think that's
You were saying sorry?
I think that's the entire point of the game.
Yeah. Oh god. Okay. Breathe, Scout.
Mm-hmm.
We bid each other a polite farewell. Before I know it, I'm alone in the streets again. I trudge to the market stalls, sweeping over any new available content as I have every single day since coming down here. Murky-colored crystals, vials filled with shimmering liquids, rare animal feathers. But nothing even remotely resembling the ichor catches my eye. Why didn't you at least ask him about it? That's like the one thing I'm wondering about.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if it's taboo to ask about the
Yeah.
potential blood of a moon god.
Yeah, like that's probably why, but it's just like, god damn, you were at like possibly the source of it and you didn't even ask.
Yeah. Or it's a very condemned place.
Yeah. My nose is itchy. The serenity that filled me at the church is instantly quashed. Instead, all I feel is dread. I've already been over this. Would Sirius know anything? It's worth asking, and it's the perfect excuse to head back to the church tomorrow. Until then, I keep walking, because it's all I can do to keep myself busy. At night, I toss and turn. Not even the inn's freshly cleaned sheets do anything to soothe my restlessness.
Well, that's how you know it's bad.
Before I know it, it's the next day, and I've barely gotten a weekend's sleep. Bruna stops by the usual breakfast chatter, but my mind is elsewhere. All I want is answers. Eventually, I'm back at the doors of the Lunar Church. Something about them beckons me. A deep magnetism that draws me straight through the entrance without a second thought. There's a different incest wafting around today. It tickles my nose with notes of mahogany and velvet. Velvet's a fabric.
I'm not about to question the fantasy world we're in right now.
Right.
The texture of the scent.
I expect to see Sirius in the same spot as yesterday, but find him further in this time, with an unmasked woman kneeling before him.
Unmasked?
I wonder what that's about. It takes me a moment to understand what's happening. The priest doesn't say a word. His stature is imposing and almost regal, practically towering over the other person. Completely different from yesterday. What the fuck is this about? I can't really make out what he's saying, but she doesn't move, and eventually his hand finds its way to the top of her head.
Perhaps
he's blessing her? He better be, please.
He better be. I have a suspicion.
I am like cat with all my hair standing up right now. Stop. I wonder why the atmosphere is so heavy in here.
Faye, leave now.
I decide to hang back. It's not my place to interrupt whatever ritual may be going on.
It's a ritual, alright.
She's sucking his cock, isn't she?
Yeah! She absolutely is! I heard kneeling. It's just like, oh no, we're already there.
Oh, God!
Hey, it's Editing Scout here. I want to clarify something, because we're going to keep running with assumption throughout our playthrough. After some further research, it seems like that actually was not what was happening. In fact, it seems like we might actually see for ourselves what was going on later. But at the time, we had no idea how dark this game was going to get, like, how much of a bastard Sirius was going to be. So, just keep that in mind, that whenever we run on this assumption throughout the playthrough, we are almost certainly wrong. Thank you.
Okay.
This game keeps gut punching me.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, we're here already. All right.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay, we're that, well...
He is a very unusual priest.
Yeah, okay, I need to recollect myself. My eyes rove over the decor instead, specifically the paintings and the detailed scenes they depict. Massive wheels on canvas, crackling with age at the edges. I'm sorry, I'm like so frazzled. I wasn't expecting that. The larger one shows the two gods at opposing ends, dancing around the earth in harmony.
The sun and the moon.
Sorry.
I just had a lesbian song playing in my head. It's fine.
I feel like we had two different songs going on.
Yeah, I had The Sun and the Moon by damn, I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but it was basically a lesbian longing.
I see. I had like this one like Spanish song that's been all over TikTok. It's like the sun proposed to the moon or something like that.
Oh, that one, yeah.
Yeah. Their arms reach out for one another as their endless rotations continue on until the collapse of the universe itself, unable to ever reunite.
Ooh. Longing.
It's a little sad.
Okay.
I'm very nervous around you now.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining like Faye just like hunched over again like a fucking cat.
Just jumps 5 feet in the air. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Caveman SpongeBob.
Like, I'm so tense. Okay. I didn't know some approach. Sirius's tone is warm and comforting, and the smile right under his mask peeks out as usual. It's as though the ceremony from earlier never even happened. Hey, I'm back. Didn't want to disturb you back there. Oh, Faye.
Oh,
You brought it
Faye.
up!
Oh, bring things up. Back there. Oh.
He tilts his head, lips stretching into a mysterious smile.
Did I make you curious by any chance? Bruh.
You are not fucking slick.
Or Faye is just really stupid.
Yeah, because I'm thinking he probably thinks that she saw everything.
Mm-hmm.
About the ceremony?
Yes.
Alright, here's our choice.
Just save real quick. Do you want to commit to the bit?
Yes.
Alright, let's commit.
Yeah? You both seem so serious. Don't think I've ever seen anything like it. There's a pleased rumble coming from his chest. I will say, if you do get genuinely uncomfortable with this, I will go back to the save.
That's okay. Yeah. So sorry, allergies. She's bracing herself for something important in her life and needed some reassurance. So she turned to the lunar god himself and demanded she be fully cleansed.
If our suspicions are true from earlier, then like that's very weird euphemism.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Simply so she may begin that chapter with a clear conscience. More than that, I cannot say. Privacy and such.
That's fine. Thank you. Thanks for explaining.
Either way, I'm sure you didn't come here just to spy on me and the paintings.
His comment makes me smile. Maybe I did.
Hmm.
If I could see his eyebrows, the tone of his voice suggests they'd be raised right now. I guess you're right, though. I'm in need of advice. Now pause.
My star, nothing pleases me more than knowing you feel comfortable enough to come here for help.
Sirius comes closer, and for the first time I take notice of his height compared to mine. He's got to be at least a full head taller. Okay, we
Height difference. It's never a game without it.
What can I do for you? Oh wait, that's you. Sorry.
Bro.
I got confused by the names. So many fake names going around.
What can I do for you?
I hesitate, unsure if he really should be trusted or not. I'm looking for something. Lunar anchor, to be specific. Something in his demeanor shifts when he hears this.
You're sure?
Quite sure.
That's quite the task. What do you need such a precious resource for?
I find that I really don't appreciate him sticking his nose where it doesn't belong. Give him an answer.
Just give him an answer. You already dug your hole.
Yeah, besides, we're your player characters and we don't know what you're up to. Give us an answer.
Yeah.
It's hard to help you if
Oh.
you don't know what you're trying to get.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see. Back to your enigma. I thought that illness has very well vanished from this world.
His words startled me as I instantly stared up at his face, hoping to catch a glimpse of his eyes through the holeless mask. The only better way to ensure he's telling the truth if he actually knows what he's talking about. I see nothing, of course. Only the intricate embossing in the bell surface. Knows the name of my illness. Wasn't expecting that. Okay, so it is
wait, can you bring
your
it back real
illness.
quick?
Yeah?
Okay, first, it's their illness. I'm gonna look up because that sounded like Latin.
Yeah.
So I want to see if I can
figured out what it
translate it. Pull it up!
Anima means soul.
Anima, okay. Anima is soul. Fractured soul?
Yeah, or fractured spirit, maybe. Yeah, because I know this because I was researching this for, like, this game. Remember that?
Yeah, Fractura! You're right!
Yeah.
Yeah,
anima means soul.
Yeah, anima. Fractured soul. Oh. That's part of why I like Latin, is it's close enough to some words we already know that if you think about it for a little bit, you can guess it.
Yeah. I feel like that might have meant to be more of a twist, but unfortunately you have two fucking nerds here who are developing their own games and have had to look into this shit too much.
Yeah, I have looked up at... We both looked into a lot of alchemy and, in turn, a lot of Latin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, granted, we don't know the full extent of what the fuck that means.
How do you...
I have encountered it before, though it remains exceedingly rare. As is the cure, of course. I assumed you asked around and seen for yourself.
The weight of the situation returns to me, as my chest feels like it's being crushed. No. I feel him placing his hand on my head to give it a gentle pat, a compassionate gesture. Then that same hand trails down to cup my cheek over the vast surface.
Ah!
The sudden intimacy of the gesture makes me jolt.
My star. What if I told you there might be another way?
Ah!
Ah!
I'm sorry for screaming in your ears, Jack, but oh god.
I'm screaming in your ears!
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I feel my hand twitch, then curl into a fist. Impossible.
I wouldn't be so sure. The lunar god is a benevolent, wondrous being.
Goosebumps erupt all over my skin, and my heart leaps into my throat. It's too good to be true. It has to be. I like how I think we're just getting... What's her face? Faye into a cult.
I mean, obviously.
Like, our first run, and we're basically indoctrinating her into a cult. That's great.
It's like, oh, great. Beautiful start.
Alright. There's no conceivable way he could have the answers right here on his silver platter. Everything about the situation is making the alarm bells in my head go off.
Listen to them.
Instead of cutting Sirius off, I wait for him to elaborate. Sirius's other hand captures my other cheek, so my head is cradled in his brace as his voice drops an octave. Ah!
Huh? You're shivering.
Ah!
Ah! My headphones! Testing?
Yes, hi! Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I actually yanked my headphone cord out. I just screamed and waved my arms.
Yeah. Oh god.
I don't think I can play this for too long.
Yeah, I will say, after this ending, we might have to discuss if we want to go, like, find, like, Oleander, or if we want to call it good for today.
I think I'm have to call it good. Sirius is doing psychological damage.
Yeah. Time around us seems to come to a standstill.
Huh. I don't have the cure here. Not yet. I want to help you. See how brightly you shine and how much you want to overcome this. Never turn a blind eye to the kind of hunger life. Will you let me help you, Faye?
Again, we just indoctrinated Faye into a cult.
Or worse. I think.
I-
Oh.
Oh
Yes,
no.
yes. I can't. Oh no.
Is there gonna be a difference?
I have no idea. Oh.
What did he say before this? Let me check. Okay, will you let me help you, Faye? Okay.
We only got one option.
I'm gonna do bold yes.
Bold. Yes.
See if that differs things even a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Of course, how can I thank you enough?
I need nothing. I am simply performing my duty. And knowing that it may save someone makes it all the more rewarding.
I'm still in disbelief. My mind is overcome with a sudden wave of confusion. I need to know the details. But he's been so kind to me, I have a hard time doubting the validity of his claims.
Doubt them.
Ah!
It's a good skill.
Yeah. Girl, you are drinking the Kool-Aid right now.
Oh no! Oh no!
Sirius readjusts his gloves with a practiced movement.
Need a bit of time. Getting a hold of this substance is no easy feat.
The disappointment in his tone is obvious, and I believe him. Even with someone with more influence, there's bound to be obstacles in the way. How will you get a hold of it, then?
You heard of the Luna God's healing prowess, my star.
He turns to face the giant statue surrounded by the candles, and motions for me to follow. I have?
How much do you know about it?
As we both come to a halt, heads tilted over the statue and surroundings, I respond with silence.
Long ago, it was said that priests were able to receive a sample of the blood that flows in these higher beings' veins to save their people. That is the Ichor that we know of today. Pure concentrated life force infused with their power. In this case, healing powers. But there's no reliable way to get a hold of it these days.
I hold my breath.
That being said, this blood has once been taken and thoroughly analyzed by a man who then went into hiding.
So that person was able to, clone it?
Rumor goes that he left all of his notes behind after passing away.
Suddenly his explanation starts to make sense. You're saying we could find these notes and replicate the composition of real lunar ichor.
Precisely.
My mind goes into overdrive. How could this be the first time I've heard of it? I have to rein myself in before I get carried away. Sounds pretty illegal to me. Where do you know all this from? Tira smiles wide.
This man went by the name of Nixus. He was able to, and he was a fellow priest from this very church.
I hope you know just how difficult you're making it for me to believe you. It's just not possible.
Please rein in your expectations, Faye.
As he uses my name, the timbre of his voice turns serious once more.
I did not know him well. Few people did. He was a reserved person with not much to his name. Finding his residence, or wherever he may have hidden his secrets, is bound to be a difficult task. And I'll need all the help I can get. And even once we find those notes, there's no guarantee we'll be able to replicate it with the information we have. Or that someone will do it.
The knot returns to my throat, but I have more to cling on to than when I first arrived. Well, Better to try than do nothing at all. Indeed. Oh,
Indeed.
Sometimes I just get too into the swing of things.
Yeah, that's fair.
Something grabs a hold of me. Determination unlike any I've ever felt before. You know, weirdly speaking of, one time when I was, like, in, like, a performance for, like, musical theater,
Mm-hmm.
I said someone else's line at the same time as them.
That's where you jinx them to get Oda soda.
I was too busy face palming. Anyway, something grabs hold of me, determination unlike any I've ever felt before. Hope soothing my heart. Even if just for a little bit, I can't quite let my guard down fully. But this is the first step. Eventually we fall into silence as we stare back up at the statue. Just checking, but it's not as easy as just saying pretty please and then having the eager appear before us. He chuckles.
Unlikely. But if you'd like to offer a prayer, that will always be encouraged.
I contemplate the idea. Any opinions?
I can't immediately see how it could go wrong to do it.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not? Go all in. All bets on Moon.
Yeah, it can hurt. But I'm not sure how to. I don't know any lunar prayers. But
I think I know how it could go wrong. Allow me to guide you, my star.
yeah, there it is.
It's like, wait a minute. I think I know how this can go wrong.
We started with such high hopes, and then we're immediately just like, you know what? Fuck it.
This game immediately broke us.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. All in. All bets on black.
I nod. His shadowy mask turns my way, lifts into a neutral line.
I'm trying to cool my
I don't think
expression.
it's going to escalate. I don't think it's going to escalate from here.
No. I don't think it can get any further. On your knees.
The usual warmth of his voice is completely stripped from his command, and I very quickly realized this must be the mindset he was in earlier, when he helped cleanse the other woman. Okay.
Yeah, that's what we'll call it.
For now, I obey.
Shoulders straight, hands together.
My hand is shaking so much.
I'm just giggly.
The words are efficient and utterly no nonsense. It's easy to tell he's done this a million times.
Chin up, Faye. Do not hide your face from the Luna God. Expose your emotions.
I feel... Oh!
Oh! How we feeling, fellas? Scout?
I don't. This game broke me.
It's only been an hour. It's only the demo. All bets on black?
Okay. Do we want to? Do we want to? Do we actually just want to see how deep down the rabbit hole this goes?
I am morbidly curious. I'm gonna see how far they pushed it for a demo.
Okay.
We have quick saves. It's okay.
Okay. It's like, for the record, this is not like safe word worthy right now. Like, I would just not hit the option under circumstances. I'm just like, okay, we're doing this.
It's like, okay, let's go.
Alright, let me check the recording real quick.
Make sure we have all this.
Yeah. All my screaming better be on camera. Oh boy. Okay, that makes sense. This is strange, but my body flushes at his shift in tone, at least we're wearing a mask. Being commanded like this makes something deep inside me unfurl. Okay, Faye, okay. He's fucking smiling. Okay. He fucking smiled. I saw that.
I see it.
Okay. Every subsequent breath I take fills me with warmth, and every next order makes my skin tingle. Okay, so this is what you're into.
No shame in it. There's been worse.
Yeah. My mind is so acutely receptive to every word he says. Ah! Oh, sorry, I screamed over you. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Do you want to reread it, or are you good?
I'm good.
Okay.
Simply repeat after me, my star.
I don't know if he puts his hands together as well. I don't dare look back, but he begins a short prayer, speaking solemnly and clearly. I repeat the words after him. Again and again. We fall into a trance, and with that, I hope that my pleas reach the moon.
You did excellent, star.
He bends down to my level where I gaze up at him, mind still fogged up by the experience.
I am so proud of you. No doubt they're honored to have received such a heartfelt prayer.
Heartfelt, yeah, that's a word for it.
That's a word for it.
Horny. Yeah, the moon god watched me get off on this. That's the worst thing.
I don't know much about the moon god, but I don't know if they'll appreciate it. Maybe they won't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how this world works yet.
What is this game?
You're the one who brought it up.
Yeah. I'm still in a haze. Words don't really want to come out. All I do is listen, subconsciously lean towards Cirrus. When I try to open my mouth to say something, his gloved thumb slips under my mask to push it up ever so slightly. Just enough to reveal the lower part of my face under the nose. Ah!
Allow me.
I would never have allowed anybody to do this to me under any other circumstances. What the heck is he doing?
What is happening?
But in this moment, I trust him enough to see the small part of me, and as his finger sweeps over my lower lip, I can barely suppress a whimper. Ah!
Easy.
God, Faye, you have not existed very long. What am I putting you through?
I mean, it fits, given she's a ghoul. Ghoul
Yeah.
character.
His smile stretches into a pleased grin.
Going to be alright.
When the doors to the church start creaking, his hand wraps around mine to help me up. And as a couple of visitors begin filtering in, the spell's broken, and I snap out of it. Oof.
Oof. My star?
Yes, I'm okay now. I shake my head and concentrate on staying upright.
Mm-hmm.
My inner clock tells me it's time to head back.
Mm-hmm. I would say so.
Thank you for today. I'll come back tomorrow so we can start searching.
By all means do. I'll do my utmost to find any leads. Let you know if there's anything to work with.
We share a quiet smile.
Get home safe, eh?
I leave the church and step outside, right back into the darkness. On my way back to Sleeping Bear, I stop at a food stall for some hearty potato soup and allow myself to take a bit of time to relax. I don't think I'll ever truly get used to not seeing the sun, but I'm starting to warm up to the underground as a whole. Halfway through another sip, I think back on what happened at the church. My cheeks flush under the mask.
Oh!
Alright, where do we want to go with this one?
There's a good spectrum of responses to that.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and nix the middle one. Because,
Yeah.
we're already this far, might as well keep going.
Yeah, we have to commit to the bit at this point.
Yeah, but it's like, do we play like the religious guilt, or do we just go full on in?
Full hedonist or Catholic?
Yeah.
I think the hedonist would be the funniest one.
Yeah, I mean, she is a ghoul.
Yeah.
We've seen them on stage.
We definitely seen them on stage.
I can't help it. I want it to happen again. I still feel the pressure on my lips. Obeying him felt easy. Natural, almost.
Oh.
In the haste that came with it, felt as potent as one of the apothecary's pain-killing vials. I don't even think I care that he's a priest. Either way, I have to come to terms with what happened. And I need to calm down. You said it, sister.
You said it, girl! I'm sweating so much.
Yeah. Oh boy. Those content warnings could not have prepared me for this.
No. It's like I was both expecting worse and also was not expecting it at all.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, okay. I see.
After loading around
And that's just the priest stuff.
Yeah. After loading around for just a bit longer, I pay for my soup and begin my long detour back. Passing through the marketplace so many times means I've started becoming a familiar face, and in turn I recognize some of the owners.
Still looking.
Unfortunately, yes.
I'll keep my eyes peeled for you.
The owner of the bookstall nods in my direction. I know without a doubt he will. Like many others setting up shop here, he can be a treasure trove of rumors and information. Say, could I ask you something?
Depends. What isn't?
Have you heard of a priest going by the name of Nexus? The shopkeeper falls silent in thought and drums his fingers on the surface of the wooden display table.
Can't say I have. Why?
Oh. Did Sirius just straight up lie to us?
He did say he was rather unknown, though.
Yeah, maybe.
It's just like, unreliable?
Oh dear.
I mean, I definitely think he's lying.
Heard he passed. I keep my intentions vague, and if he notices, he doesn't press it.
Not exactly an uncommon occurrence around these parts.
Thanks anyway. Today's search is unsuccessful yet again, but I don't let it bother me. After all, I have Sirius's lead. Just as I'm about to turn back towards the inn, I narrowly dodged, bumping square into someone's chest. Oh! Hey!
Oh, you!
It's you!
It's the quote-unquote wholesome boy.
Yep.
I guess I have to do the boys too. Oh.
Huh? I bowed my head in apology, but the stranger fumbles back distraught.
Oh, no. I hope I didn't startle you.
One thing I'm wondering is how fucking long is this demo?
I have no idea.
All good here. Are you okay?
Please don't worry about me. I should be apologizing instead.
I'm not sure how to feel about the sun outburst. When I take in their appearance, I instantly notice one of the noble suns from the surface. His skin sports a rich sun-kissed glow that almost makes me envious. The high quality of the suit's fabric and the elaborate piece of jewelry don't lie, either. They're selected with obvious care and attention to the outfit as a whole. Even the mask is perfectly coordinated with the rest of his suit. That's not necessary, I'm fine. Look. I held up my hands to show no harm was done.
Oh, I'm sure I'm glad. I hope we'll meet again, if you don't mind me saying. You are a very kind person.
The person takes my hand and brings their lips to it, an old-fashioned custom at this point. I'm surprised to see anybody still doing such a thing. Do we thank them or reject the hand?
Yeah, it's polite. Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. There really is no need for this, but thank you.
My pleasure.
At first glance, he's an easily framed sort. I'm not sure how much of that is genuine.
Please take care and allow me to make this up to you someday.
The person quickly excuses himself, and I'm left baffled. The underground truly is a strange place. It's a testament to how many different people congregate down here. But you never really know who you're talking to, after all. I shake the thoughts from my head and finally find my way back to my room, where my bed welcomes me after a strange day out. It's funny how familiar this in-room has become, too. Even seeing Rufus's face and his bloodied weapon every day has become something of a comfort. I'm sure that eventually the church will feel the same.
God.
That same church is empty. The next day I step inside. How long is this demo?
How long is the demo?
Yeah, I think whenever we do get an ending, we might have to call it good.
Yeah. Is it ever gonna end?
There's nothing but the echoes of my own calls for Cirrus and the flicker of the candles around the statue. For a while, I simply wait in front of the altar. 5 minutes turned into 10, which turned to 20. At this point, I'm pacing around the candles, wondering where he is. Didn't he say he might have some information today? Curiosity and boredom take me back to the back of the church, where I've seen the ornate doorways lead to who knows where. Maybe they're his chambers? That's when I hear it. Hear what?
Hear what? I'm scared.
The muffled shouts. Oh, thank God.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, it's that. That's what I was. All right. The left door is slightly ajar, and as I peek past it, as discreetly as I can muster, I finally catch a glimpse of Cirrus. And he's not alone. Oh no!
No!
There's a strange tension in the air, one far more prominent than yesterday. It dawns upon me as I lean further against the wall that he's genuinely angry. The usually smooth, silken tone of his voice is raised towards the person in front of him. I don't know who it is, but they have their hands raised defensively, and their own words come out with much difficulty. To do better, I promise. Please just give me time.
That is not good enough.
The venomous hiss makes me jump. I never expected to hear this kind of anger coming from a priest of all people, on holy ground no less. You've not been to many churches, have you? I can't speed up the process, not anymore. They'll be on to me. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry.
Show me that you're sorry.
A shiver runs down my spine. What is happening right now? Cyrix expectantly hands the person in front of him something that gleams in the candlelight, pale and deathly. It's a blade. My body immediately tenses at the sight, and my heartbeat skyrockets. I have to do something. Is it even safe to interfere? Shit, what do I do? Alright, so I don't have the option to just go into the main area and just shout.
Yeah, like go into the main chamber and like make a distraction or something.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I kind of want to interfere.
I like that this is the stuff that makes me uncomfortable more than anything else.
Yeah. Like, for me, it's like, I was willing to go down a pretty dark path, but like someone
Now
here,
someone
like,
else is in the crossfire.
yeah, it's like, okay.
It's like, okay, fantasy over. We got a problem.
Yeah, it's like, I can't let this person get hurt.
No.
So, we gonna interfere? I saved if we want to backtrack a bit.
Yeah.
Wait! Serious! My body moves out into the open before common sense can stop me.
I'm scared.
Both of them immediately whip around, taking out their moment. And as the other person raises their knife with trembling hands, I realize I've messed up.
Wait. Drop it.
The clatter of metal on the ground makes me exhale in relief, but not for long. Sierra steps around the trembling figure, then slowly makes his way towards me.
Star?
Ah. He starts, mouth set into a frown. My first instinct is to step back, fearing the consequences, but my morals are stronger and keep me rooted in place. What is going on here? Why? I don't have the context, but I'm filled with the bitter sting of betrayal nonetheless. How could someone as seemingly kind as him just turn around and take advantage of someone so clearly out of it? Why are you threatening this person? What even...
Hey.
Circe's voice turns back into the warm, comforting one I've always heard. But right now I don't know if I trust it.
Shouldn't be here, my star. Simply taking care of some sensitive matters.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. You'll have to understand.
Sensitive matters, really? You gave him a knife. One that he was going to use on himself.
On himself.
He pauses.
I think you have the wrong idea. What I gave him was not a weapon, but a ritual dagger. One used in the elaborate dances and ritual of repentance.
I'm left utterly speechless. I stare at Circe and back at the trembling person. When I ask them if it's true, they nod. Yeah, of course they would.
Of course they would.
I think I should leave.
I think you're staying right where you are.
When I gaze back up at the priest, he's smiling in a way that gives me chills.
Leave for now. We'll continue this later.
I assume he's not talking to us. Yeah.
Yeah.
He dismisses the shivering person without so much as a glance in their direction. They immediately obey and scuttle off. Then the door shuts behind us, and when I ask why Circe is locking it, he gives me no answer. Okay, you better not, assault us or something.
Oh, I swear to gods.
I will reload.
I will reload all this.
He tucks the key away in a pocket. And with that, there's no way out. And I refuse to look up at him. His fingers grasp my chin with surprising strength and force me to meet his masked gaze.
Is checking the boy.
Do you make it a habit Oh, you, sorry.
You make it a habit of snooping around and eavesdropping like this.
Usually I don't have to. But then I heard shouting.
Poor thing.
His smile twists cruelly.
I think he'd be waiting for quite a while. Did you miss me?
I'm not sure what's making my heart race faster right now. The adrenaline or the fact he's so close.
No matter.
Ah, no! You don't have to read that out if you don't want to.
It's just I don't want my mom to hear me say these things.
Yeah, just let me know and we can, I can say it for you if need be.
I think we can skip it. I think we know where this is going.
Alright. He steps even closer, completely suffocating me with his presence. What the fuck?
What? Oh, I think I hit my hard limit of things I will say whilst other people are in the house.
Okay, have you ever been punched before my star? That was a misclick.
It gets quick reload.
Okay. Alright. What? Punishment?
Yes. I think I'll think of something adequate for a little eavesdropper. Of course, since it's your first infraction, is that the word?
Yes.
I'll go easy on you. Penance is the ultimate importance down here. It can be best to keep that soul of yours unblemished.
I feel something inside of me shiver at the thought. We did make her into it,
Hey!
unfortunately.
Yeah, we unfortunately made her a masochist.
His words sound like the most delicious promise, one that I'm all too happy to help fulfill. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately we made our choice a while ago.
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought it would have a little more build-up. Well, what do I do?
Yes, I'm...
Hush, little song. As much as I enjoy the sound of your voice, we do talk too much.
Ah!
Yeah.
He takes a step back, finally allowing me a bit of personal space. Then he immediately turns around and makes his way to one of the minimalist wooden shelves in the corner of his room. There's barely anything in here, save for sleeping arrangements and some storage. His shelves, on the other hand, are crammed full of jewelry, books, and small, neatly labeled vials. It's the vials he's aiming for. As the long digit reaches out to brush over one of their corks. What the fuck? What are you gonna give us?
What the fuck is that?
Alright, remember the safe word.
Peaches.
Where is the
I'm gonna forget.
Huh?
Hmm?
What'd you say?
I guess... I can't even remember what I fucking said.
Yeah, it was peaches. Just yell that if you need me to like to use the function.
Yeah.
Because things are getting kind of tense right now.
Yeah, it's just like, ooh, that's a lot.
Yeah. And when Circe is back in front of me, two of the mysterious vials in hand, I tense up.
Where's the situation may have you a little on edge?
Because, like, I can handle a lot. I can handle almost too much sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Even though you're screaming every 5 minutes?
Yeah. Yeah. I can tell, like, a different story of, like, when a game was too much for me. But,
yeah.
like, I can handle a lot of this, especially, like, on my own.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to, like, just trek on with, like, and leave you in the dust.
Yeah.
There's so many fucking gnats. Get away from my tea!
Gnats!
Alright.
But I need you to trust that this is for your own good. Okay.
His expression falls, and in that moment I wish I could see his eyes. What would I find if I looked deep within? But the more I think about it, the less I understand.
Please.
For the first time, I hear him beg me. It's a completely alien feeling. What do you have there? I try my hardest to keep my voice neutral as I ask. Sears pops one of the vials open with nimble fingers, releasing a sudden waft of a strong honey-like aroma. Cloyingly sweet, almost coating the back of my throat from the smell alone. I think we're staring at each other now. The intensity of it makes my hair stand on end.
Cat. Use your mask and open your mouth. That's not an answer!
What the fuck are you giving me? Alright, you ready?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, let's see what happens.
Yeah. Quick saving again.
Yeah.
I hardly understand myself right now. I may as well have asked one of the thieves to watch over my purse. But something tells me Sirius doesn't want to kill me.
Yeah.
There could be other threats.
Oh, that's true.
No, if he did, he would have done so earlier. His intentions, although I fail to understand them, are not evil. Yeah, sure about that!
You sure about that, Faye?
So I undo the clasps of the mask, then tilt my head back, lips parted.
Perfect. So very perfect.
Did you just hear the fucking sigh I let out?
Yeah.
God. Ah. Yeah, they're leaning in hard with the BDSM stuff here.
Yeah, it's just like, honestly, we've been saying this has been going on for a while, but honestly, this is like our third day meeting the guy.
Yeah.
It's like, things move fast in the underground.
Yeah. This is our third day. Where's it go from here?
By the end of the week, are we gonna be told to kill someone?
Alright,
Ugh.
shall I move on?
Yeah.
Okay. He approaches, and the first trickle of liquid hits my tongue. The nectar is just as thick as the initial smell, but now that it runs over my taste buds, I'm overwhelmed by the flowery, syrupy aftertaste. I feel it sticking to my lips like a glaze, and when he continues pouring, it trickles down my chin. Ah! It doesn't taste bad, but... something feels off. As the liquid settles my stomach, I feel strangely aware. Aware of everything. The way my nails scrape over the skin of my palm, the way my chest expands with every new breath, the fragrance of the incense and how it clouds my mind. This is a fucking aphrodisiac, isn't it?
It's the aphrodisiac, yeah. It said... When he was talking, it's just like, he's not bringing an aphrodisiac, isn't he? Yep! Promise you, it's just temporary.
He speaks in a soothing, measured way. What's temporary? Sirius's hand rests on my shoulder, and while I feel every single digit through the cloth, the sensation of him trailing those fingers down the length of my arm should just elicit a small shiver. Instead, it feels like a sharp, cold wave that borders on actual pain, taking me entirely off guard. My breath catches in my throat, and even that feels like an overload of sensation, like claws sticking around my lungs.
This.
There's affection lingering under the cruel curve of his lips, and it takes everything in my power to not make any sudden moves.
Now, the sooner you complete your task, the better. You'll see. It's not too difficult, and the Lunar God will be so very pleased with you.
The Lunar God will be so very pleased with you!
Please you! It did not take us long at all to start sassing him.
God. He's taking his time, walking in slow circles around me, observing me. I keep having to check my recording.
You do not want to lose this. Oh?
Huh?
No. You're going to do so wonderfully.
What does that mean? I noticed amidst my panic that the second vial in his hand contains uncooked rice, but what the fuck?
What?
What
The fuck?
What is that for?
That's so fucking random!
His thumb press... Oh no. His thumb presses the cork off the top. With a tilt of the wrist, he empties the contents of the vial, showering the wooden floors in tiny pale grains. Oh, it's a pick it up thing.
Yep.
I hate that I feel afraid to ask what it's for.
Knees.
Or this. He whispers, and I know it's not an order I can defy. But the moment my knees reach the floor, the rest sinks into my skin and I instantly understand. My legs feel like they're on fire. The individual grains push further into my knees, and with a muffled curse, I try adjusting my position. Oh, this. What the fuck is this? Just as I shift to look up, the side of Sierra's holding an actual lip. Oh, no!
Okay, nope.
Do you want to say for this, or...
I think I'm done for today.
Alright. I'm gonna say for that.
Yeah, we're gonna save, and then we're gonna leave.
Okay, welcome to the aftercare screen. This is your safe space, a calm, judgment-free zone. It will always be accessible to you. There's several options for you here, so take a deep breath and select what feels best. On Talk 101 with the main character.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hi, Faye.
It's okay, it's just us two now. There's nobody to bother us here. You don't need to worry about them anymore. Bad men are gone. Also, I'm completely safe, always was and always will be. Same as you. Nobody will hurt you here. Talk to me, what are you feeling? You're the one who wanted to say first, so I'll let you answer this.
Yeah, it's just like... I just want to relax for a second.
Alright. That's what I'm here for. We can just chill here. We've got the place all to ourselves after all. Sometimes we just need a break. And that's okay. Times are pretty rough in the underworld, aren't they? But look at us, handling it like champs. I'm proud of you. I think we're doing good, so for now, let's take it easy for as long as we need. Just click when you're ready to continue. Alright. So,
Okay.
You said that you want to be done for today?
Yeah, it's... I just heard my dad enter the house, so it's just like, maybe I should stop doing this today.
Alright. Would you be okay if I went through this on my own later?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, honestly, if you want to continue on your own, that's completely fine.
Alright. Ultimately, this is meant to be an exciting experience, but it's completely fine if it ever becomes too much. I never want to see you hurt because of a scene or specific content. If any kind of content is triggering or becomes overwhelming, it's fine to click away. There's no shame in that. Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Before I let you go, promise me you'll take care of yourself. Do it for little old me.
Oh. Oh.
And now, you can stick around for as long as you like. I'll be here, okay? Alright? Alright, I think I already saved. Yeah. Alright, so I'll come back to this later.
Yeah.
Alright, and I'm back without Jack. Alright, let's try and get this over with. Just as I shift to look up, the side of Sierra's holding an actual leather flogger makes me release a string of sound I didn't know I was capable of making. No. Easy there, easy. You're going to do it yourself, so it won't be so bad. After all, you're the one who's repent. Repent for fucking what? Stopping you from making that guy kill himself? Ugh. Careful breath. What if I refuse? Sears chuckles, best avoid warmth. I suppose I'll have to take matters into my own hands, Can't set my little star ruining your chances. Fine, hand it over. Okay. I want to obey. It's what feels best. Also, I kinda want to control the pain. And if that means going through with some questionable things and suffering physical pain, I want it. I want it all. Do it. Please. I think my answer semi-stunned him into silence. At least until the grin returned to his face. Full person. He's blushing. Such a lovely little one, aren't you? I reach up for Circe's flogger, instantly feeling the weight of it in my hands. It's real black leather, braided around the handle for grip, extending into a dozen thin tails. God damn. Even just feeling it brush against my fingertips makes me shiver. The effects of the nectar have fully settled in at this point. How about you start with 10? Doesn't matter where, as long as you can use your strength as normal. He pauses. But don't hit any organs. The back is a relatively safe space. Let me try that again. The back is a relatively safe spot to start. Funny that you think about safety right now. Sirius's masked expression tells me everything I need to know. His patience is running dry. But it's the only thing keeping me sane while I contemplate the idea of inflicting immense pain on my own self. I'm dragging the time out. Surely it won't be so bad. I just have to muster up the courage. As soon as my palms stop shaking. Fuck! With a decisive grip, I move the flogger into position in front of myself. And then, I fling it over my shoulder for the tails to reach a spot on my upper back. The sudden onslaught of pain makes me gasp, and I instantly drop the tool to steel myself and control my breathing. The impact lingers for a while, rippling over the skin in burning, painful waves. Shh! Don't swear before our god. Fuck you! Sirius instantly chastises me before I can say more, and watches me from above with poorly concealed glee. That's 1. Only 9 more to go. Okay, so we have a number. It takes everything to even pick the flogger back up, with how that hit affected me. But I can't stop now. I go for another hit, milling it to land a little lower than earlier. When it doesn't and the lashings hit the previous spot, I double over again, whimpering into my cloak. I already feel myself breaking into a cold, clammy sweat. Oh dear. His grin is nothing short of sadistic. That must have hurt, you poor thing. I don't even know if I can do all 10 without passing out at this rate. Waiting until the pain ebbs away before going for the next hit takes progressively longer, and every time I can feel the priest's impatience growing. He's encouraging me to keep going. I can't. Yes, you can. The pain is on your head, little star. It's all for the greater good, Huh? The pain will cleanse you ever so deeply, from head to toe. I promise you're going to feel so much better afterwards. You'll feel so good. His voice is sickeningly sweet, staining my mind with hypnotic suggestions that leave me dizzy. Gah. I brace myself for another self-inflicted hit, and this time I collapse, breath ragged. I can see my hand shaking in front of me, despite my blurring vision. It doesn't take long for me to realize it's tears. Harder. I know it can go just a little harder for me, come now. His tongue sweeps across his lips to wet them, and at that moment I think he doesn't look nor sound like a priest. Yeah, no shit. I keep that to myself as I raise my hand for the final time. When the impact lands between my shoulder blades, I succumb to the darkness. My senses numb. Finally, its sweet is released, so good I could keep crying. And then I pass out. By the time I come to, I'm surrounded by the smell of cotton and feel something warm and soft on my arm. It's just the right lukewarm temperature, something like a damp cloth, gently dabbing away the sweat and grime on my skin. I keep my eyes closed, fearing it might stop if I happen to open my eyes. The cloth is removed, and I hear the sound of water dripping. When the sensation returns to my other arm, I almost exhale in relief. It feels so comforting that I'm tempted to drift off again. It's when the cloth runs up the side of my neck that my breath hitches. Are you awake, little star? Darn. I decide not to respond. His thumb crawls up to rest over the edge of my ear, and with a deliberate, slow, ghostly touch, he runs around the shell until he reaches the lobe and gives it a pinch that makes something inside of me tingle. Your body's betraying you. Open your eyes, Faye. Talk about playing dirty. I shift on the mattress underneath me. Do all priests make it a habit to fondle their visitors during their sleep? Mouthy from the moment you wake, I see. I bite back a response and take a moment to reassess my situation. The effects of the syrup have long since worn off, though I'm left with a little sensitivity sparking up here and there. Do you want some water? His sudden kindness surprises me. This time, and I nod in response. I hadn't realized how partial I really am. Wait here. Sirius quickly makes his way out of the room, leaving me alone and disoriented. Time to organize my thoughts. About that punishment, for example. After all, I now know for certain what kind of person Cirrus is. Let me think. I don't have Jack to help me, so I need to make my decisions on my own. Oop. I need to deal with this to get the ichor. I don't have a choice in this. It's a disgusting situation I found myself in, and there's no chance of wiggling myself out of it now. Almon's my only lead. I don't care what I have to go through, as long as I make it out alive and fracked and free by the end of it. This mad priest won't break me. And I'll make goddamn sure of it. I lower my head while he's gone, allowing myself just a little freedom to move. I'm tempted to remove my mask, but it doesn't feel like the right time. I can't show Cirrus any more of my face. My head is still swimming as more questions continue to pop up one after the other. I doubt that all followers of the lunar god engage in this kind of behavior. Plus, the underground is a fair bit kinkier than I anticipated. Actually, not very surprising. But that still begs the question of why Cirrus is having me undergo this. Personal satisfaction? A genuine desire to follow some obscure commandments? Questionable morals! Before I can come to any kind of conclusion, he's back with a tray, carrying a pitcher of fresh water and what looks like chocolate? Correct. He hands me the little tray, and I inspect the contents. This better not be spiked again. Won't be unless you give me a reason to, little star. I'm not sure if he's joking or not. Reassuring. I take a swig of water, letting it soothe the back of my throat before I reach for the square of chocolate. It's dark with an uneven surface. When I bite into it, I'm surprised by the hint of lavender and black tea that melts in my mouth. Little grains are spread throughout the chocolate, and with each bite, they release a burst of flavor. Volunteers sometimes come help with food, and on the good days, there's leftovers. Could get used to it. I said that so wrong. Could get used to this. We sit in silence for a while, until I set the platter aside and shuffle into a better position against the headboard. How is your back feeling? It's okay. Now thanks to you, of course. I'm having a hard time gauging his reaction. Then his lips tug into another calmer smile. It's my duty to make sure you're alright. That being said, I have a question for you. Do you need any more aftercare, Faye? Huh? I want a hug. I think I deserve one. Sounds false, but surprisingly Cirrus complies, and seats himself at the edge of the mattress. When I reach my arms out for him, he reciprocates. I find myself leaning in, resting my forehead on his shoulder while his gloved hands rub soothing circles across my back. The scent of cotton seems to come from him, a surprisingly gentle one, mingling with the incense and candle smokes that I've now grown so accustomed to. It's a strange feeling, being so physically close to someone you're not entirely sure you trust. But as we share bodily heat and I feel the hard planes of his body against mine, I find myself lowering my guard. Eventually, our heartbeats match. All throughout our embrace, I never turn to look at him. I don't know what happened if I did. We stay like this for a while. Didn't think you were one for hugs. People need physical touch. It's essential to our well-being. I don't think there's any shame in indulging that. He sure loves his roundabout answers. After a few more seconds, I let go. Do you need anything else? I'm fine. Before I forget, my star, I've got some news regarding the notes. This makes me sit up straighter in attention. Really? Indeed. I'll be sending out someone tomorrow, and if all goes well, they'll be back with positive news. Can't we just go there ourselves? Cirrus seems apologetic. It's not a very safe place to be. I'd rather you stay here. You understand, right? No, yes. Yeah. I'm glad. Why? Why does that not feel quite right? Something at the back of my mind twists my words, distorting them as they leave my lips. I feel cold sweat overtake me, even as Cirrus's hands help me out of bed. How long have you had your diagnosis for? 2 months. Then you still have time. His hands brush the wrinkles from my hood and stay there for a while. Yeah, I think so. I'll keep you safe. For the first time, I hear something akin to desperation in his voice. A barely audible tremble. I promise. This time, I choose to believe him. Best end. Sirius will keep you safe. Okay. Got the best end somehow. I guess because I was generally willing. To be continued. Alright. Well, thank you for making the game. Yeah, I will. Yeah,
That's
so that was Obscura.
I was not prepared. Well, I was, but also I wasn't.
Yeah, it was definitely
It's a good
something.
game.
Yeah, it's a great game, and it's definitely like something I'm definitely gonna play more on my own later. I'm excited to see what the full game will be like. But it's like at a certain point, I kind of had to stop. Jack and I kind of had to decide that this wasn't a good idea to play together.
Yeah, it's like from the last scene you've seen of me reacting to a lot of the stuff with Sirius, me off guard.
Yeah.
That's not to say it's not something I'm like used to. I read fanfic, but I've been on the internet. I just wasn't expecting it that fast.
Yeah, we're both pretty desensitized to a lot of this stuff, I think.
Oh yeah, and BDSM is not that bad when you've been on the internet for long enough.
Yeah, but it's like, okay, this isn't group setting friendly anymore.
It's like, nope, we're gonna move on.
But yeah. So, thank you guys for joining us. This has been the Valid Scouts, over and out.
Bye.
God fucking damn.
God damn.
The Luna God will be pleased. Motherfucker.
Luna God will be pleased.